Hey yo, what's up? You know what it is. It's your boy Triple the G.O.D. Welcome back to Kamen Rider Super Climax Heroes, everybody. And today we're going to start our look at every single character in this game, how they work, what they do, and what they don't do. And we have some other stuff we got to get into. We got to get into some intermediate offense stuff. So we're just going to compile all that together in one video. So this video was going to be longer than the other videos where I take a look at characters, but a lot of what we're going to talk about today is mainly about stuns and combo building and how compiling combos together and how they work in this game and stuns with that. But at the moment, doing what we always do, which is a tradition every year, we start off by taking a look at this year's titular character, Kamen Rider Wizard. Yes, you are right, hard. So it is showtime. And to let the people know what you can do when it's showtime, here we go. Is that you have the option of using a 4-element style wizard, flame dragon style. This is wizard with the wizard with an assault gauge. I'm sorry. Is that this is the wizard that we use in the offensive basis video, and he's different from the other flame wizards, and we'll get into that. And if you select a tag team, you can also use hurricane dragon style. But for this, we're just gonna use we're just gonna use 4-element flame style wizard and randomly punch hopper. Okay, I can get down with that. And we're gonna select a stage. But like I prefaced with earlier, a lot of what we're gonna get into today is like intermediate and advanced combo stuff. So, I'm just gonna try to get as much as I can in as I possibly can, but to make sure that you guys get the point of everything. Now, where should we start? Okay, I'll start with this. A couple of days ago, somebody asked me a question about air dashes. And can you use air dashes as cross-ups? Yes and no. Yes as in you can. No as in you really shouldn't because of how normals in the air come out. So yeah, you can do it, but honestly, from my point of view, I don't see why using cross-ups in that sense even makes any sense in any offense that you could wield in this game, because not everybody has an air dash, and if the air dash was that good, then characters with air dash would be better. But as my research has assisted me so far, that's not really the case. But as we delve in and get into more characters, it's going to make a lot of sense. So yeah, the TLDR of all that is, yes, you can cross over with air dashes, but no, there's no reason you should. Now, continuing on with our look at Wizard, his rider art is a dash, so he can do the back and forward dash. But Wizard does have a follow-up, and if you invoke it, pressing it by a second time, he does big in this state. So that's important to know. What else we got? Well, let's get into that. Let's get into jump normals. When you use a normal jump, that's his light, and if it comes out, that's his heavy. Let me show you something. Hold up, that ain't go quite right. As you see, even though I just jacked it all the way up, that yes, you can do a jump in normal, and then it has enough stun if you're able to act fast enough. And I'm trying to show you the B version, but you see is that both jumping normals that don't knock down, in most cases that I've seen, you are able to follow up with mostly anything, and that includes a rider finale, but can't do a rider art. Some rider, in this case, a rider art that doesn't invoke like a cutscene, you can't, but some characters can and some characters can. It just depends on the character in question. And it's just confusing, because is that the thing I want to try to get through in this video is that even though characters share abilities and certain stuff, two characters do not work exactly the same. And I'm going to be drilling that in every time I take a look at somebody. Even if that same character has multiple transformations, in the case of Wizard, is that not all of his styles work exactly the same. So I have to make sure to drill that in your head so that you understand it. So then now that we've understand that you can do jump normals into anything, at least with this version of Flame Style Wizard, let's get to these strings. Let's see what we got up deck first. We have his light string. Now, you do have the option of rider canceling on a second hit, but if you, as you see, that, hold up, actually, can I do it please, game, thank you. You see that stun right there? That stun is not good enough for, you know, to do like anything from like going back to a neutral state into attacking, because that's what you saw when I did the jumping light into the air combo chain, is that you have some stuns that, yes, that you're able to do things after them without rider canceling, but those strings are very few and far in between. And while I'm talking about that, let's just get this out the way once and for all about stuns and how they work. There is a very odd and weird flowchart of stuns in this game and how they work, and it works kind of maybe 3, possibly 4-fold, but let me just explain. Stuns work like this. You can stun your opponent, but at the same time, the normal that you do and how long it takes to recover to get back to a neutral state plays just as much as an important part as being important to knowing whether or not you can do anything after that. The king dangling question of all of that question of the stun is the one question you should ask while you're trying to, you know, build combos. Does the stun that I use recover fast enough for me to do a rider finale and a combo? If your stun fits all of those criteria, then it's very possible that if you can do a rider finale off a certain stun, that you should be able to have enough frame to recover and then do anything. Because as we're going to take a look at a little bit later, maybe in this video, maybe not, is that rider finales, regardless of what you may heard or what you may think, are not 0 frame startup. Because actually, you know what? Let me see if I can demonstrate that. Now, if you paid attention and you noticed, but that would be something that is like, for me, like a trained eye. But for you, just pause the video and keep pausing. And if you notice, when kick, while the cutscene is going on, is that you notice a little bit in the background, you see Kid Copper still reeling from the stun animation, which means he's still going through the stun while the cutscene is taking place. But once the cutscene officially starts, it works just like a super freeze in any fighting game you've ever played that has super. So, yes, it kind of works weird, is that, and oh god, I've just activated climax time. Thanks, game. But, like I said, that rider finales are not 0 frames. Is that even though that the cutscene is taking place, and before the cutscene happens, is that your opponent is still reeling from said stun animation. So that's why you have to fully make sure that the combo that you're building off of when it comes to rider finales and it not being a 0 frame is that, does the stun that I'm using allow me to combo, not hit, but combo into a rider finale without doing anything extra? If yes, then, you know, you can do whatever you want, just like I did that jumping light earlier into the air chain with no rider cancel used. That doesn't mean that because your said stun doesn't combo or anything, doesn't mean that it isn't powerful enough or good enough for you to rider cancel in and out of so that you can do said combo. But we'll get into combo structure in a minute. So moving right along, our next string is light, heavy, heavy. And the first heavy is what you jump cancel off of. So just to show you again, is that's what happens when you do that first heavy, and then that second heavy is a projectile that does a far knockdown. So that's interesting to know. Next is any direction except actually and you can use up now the direction because up is not jump anymore, but. Okay, that's not what I wanted to do. Now, in this case, the second light in that combo is a contradiction to everything I just said, and let me explain. Not all stuns are the same, and not all stuns are created equal. In this case, that stun That stun right there. I can do a rider finale off of it because Wizard recovers fast enough for me to do so, but I'm not able to do other things other than that and let it actually combo. So again, all stuns are created equal, and this is a perfect example of that. So remember that. That's important. What we got next? We got any direction, light, heavy, heavy. It's the same thing, except again, this is the same stun animation you just saw, except Punch Hopper recovers a lot faster from it. So there's really not a lot you can do other than a rider cancel. So keep that in mind. What we got next? We got heavy, 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 heavy. Now, here's the thing about this change. Even though it's 3 Bs, you do 4 hits. So this is probably Wizard's his best chain and flame style that you can use it in and out of combos. It has a lot of OTG potential, but just remember, the 3rd hit can be rider canceled, and then you can do stuff after it and such, and then hit them with, like, you know, shooting strikes in the air. What we got next? Let me see. We have any direction in heavy 4 times. Now, here's the thing. Let me scoot back so I can show you. The first three attacks are projectiles, and the 4th one is a physical strike. So it's good to a degree for zoning, but you know, other than that, it don't really have a good use. It's a real good rider cancel combo because you can rider cancel out of any point and then do different stuff. Just for example, you have a juggle state, but you have to rider cancel out of it fast enough and then do it, and I don't see why it's not working now. Just like that. And what we got next? Oh yeah, our jump cancel. Now this is gonna be fun to explain because let me show you. The second B in that chain, because it's jump cancel when it's light, heavy, heavy, and then do the special button for that shooting strike. But here's the thing though. That second B has a lot of potential. And let me try to see if I can actually get it off. You can juggle light off of it. Juggle big off of it. And you can even do this. But you can juggle big off of it anyway, so there's no reason to spend that half a meter to do a rider R anyway. You also have this option. You can get like, it depends on how you juggle it. You can get 2, possibly 3 loops, but then at some point the game will let you do the first 2 hits, and even if you rider cancel, you can't do anything anymore. Now, also, just so you know, that floor bounce is you can do a rider finale after that floor bounce. The thing is, there's only one style, and you have to meet certain conditions in order for it to take place, but we will get into that too. Now, before we get out of here, I don't know why I didn't do this at the beginning, but just so you know about all of Wizard's specials is that neutral special is the light spell. Direction and the special button is big, and jumping is, I love that, shooting strike. And I think that about covers everything you need to know. But let's review, just to make sure that we understand. Stuns. While the same stun may take place, every hit in the game has a different stun value. Knowing that in your combo creation is important. Remembering the following, that even though we kind of sort of contradicted ourselves, is that if you have a stun and you can do a rider finale off of it, it is then possible, and this is the key word, possible, to do things without having to use a rider cancel. Like that, for example, but then again, you have to make sure that you're quick on it, and you can even do it from the heavy if I can get it to come out. And that's why, like I explained earlier, why you don't Just like that. And that's it. That, you know, okay, I really don't know what to say here, but then I know what I'm going to say. And it's this. When it comes to learning how to build your own combos and how combos work in this game for each and every character, you have to study all of their possible strings and everything that they can do, and then determine if certain things meet certain qualifications so that you can build combos on them. Is that Wizard got a good OTG using his heavy string, which you should abuse the hell out of. And I think I showed you this, but just so you know, get on the ground and you get the 2 loops, and then you know you can't do no more. These are just examples of what you can possibly do. Is that everything I've shown you is not the be-all and end-all, and that is the point that I've been trying to make forever when I make these things, is that I'm just giving you the roadmap of what you can possibly do. It's up to you to figure out how to get from point A to point B on your own. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to buy out of here. Later, hopefully I can get the rest of these done today. We will be taking a look at the rest of Wizard Style. And we will be taking a look at rest of Wizard Styles in individual videos, and they won't be, looking at those videos, they won't be as long as this one, because I had to, you know, make sure that we got everything in there, learning about stuns and combo building, that stuff, and eating minute combo building and stuff like that. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to get out of here. You know it is, your boy TDG. This is Kamen Rider Super Climax Heroes. Triple the guy that explains it all. I'll holler at you guys next time, man. Peace out.